What could go wrong?
Okay, I guess we're live and I guess you can see me.
Somewhat.
Now, the wacky fun opening joke. I found my first gray hair this morning. I was very surprised. Well, not as surprised as my wife when I pulled it out of her head. Let's start the show.
There we go.
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online. And though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian
Jason Love,
plus funny songs
Lauren
from
Mayer,
and a patty melt from Patti Vasquez and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
We've been having such good luck till now. God. Welcome to the virtual comedy show. I was going to talk like this the whole show, but nope. Welcome. I think it's because we're the farthest apart we've ever been. Steve, the big kahuna, is in Ireland. I'm in Skagway, Alaska. That is over 4,144 miles apart. And between us is not Patty at 2350 because Patty just bailed. She knew what the show was going to be like. So, but we have Carla in New Jersey who's going to melt, everybody. Let's hear it for Carla in New Jersey.
Yay!
We also have another world traveler and hilarious comedian who is doing us a favor. He's doing this show from his family vacation, everybody. Who doesn't realize this pays about $4. It's Jason Love, comedian from Los Angeles.
Thanks, James.
And we miss her, we love her, and I hope she'll pick me up at the cruise port in September and show me around San Francisco. Lauren Mayer, everybody. Lauren.
Yay!
Lauren, are you there? And you want to come pick me up September 17th? Show me the time.
You haven't asked me to pick you up in a long time. So
Yeah.
I will definitely see what I can do about that.
All right, that'd be great. And Jason, I will be in LA on the 19th. So if you want to come by and put me back down again, I think that'd be fantastic. So anyway, it has been an amazing time here on the Celebrity Summit in Alaska. It's my last Alaska for the season. So like the animals up here, I made sure to pee all over everything before I left and mark my territory. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah. Sniff on that, bears. Also, the shows have been really remarkable. So great, in fact, the shows have been so good.
How good are they?
There you go. They've been so good that I was fired from the show tomorrow for being too funny. I was supposed to be on a show tomorrow.
Told me too.
I was supposed to be on a comedy show tomorrow, but somebody on the show is very intimidated and they kicked me off. Then they're in charge. So they kicked me off the show so they don't look as okay. Comedy's a weird business, isn't it? I think I take it as a compliment, actually. Now, the show's been good, but last cruise, I don't know if I told you, I got a complaint. Someone said they were mad because my stand-up comedy show, I made fun of people. Did I tell you that? They got mad. Not them, but other people I made fun of in a comedy show, and they were offended. This adds to the fact that not long ago, I was told that someone was offended because I made fun of their town. They told me their town, and it was super offensive to like diss Roanoke or whatever. In addition, not too long ago, I was admonished as rude for joking about some things a woman was carrying in her purse. Is that crazy? I must remove from my comedy shows all nouns at this point. People, places, things, they're all out. At this point, verbs, I think, are still on the table. But if they take away dangling participles, I got no show. That's all there's to it.
Pronouns are big these days. Try some of those.
Yeah, Yeah, pronoun. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, that's really what you get in trouble. You know, I'm not touching that with it. Oh, they don't like that. That was funny. Janet, I said they don't like. None of you got it. Okay. Hey, by the way, did you see this?
I got it.
Oh, I saw this, and this is kind of true. Scam bots are either getting super lazy or people are just so stupid they'll click on anything. I saw a scam bot the other day. It said, this is a scam. Click here and we'll put a virus on your computer, or just Venmo $10 and save yourself some time. So I just sent them 5 because they were so honest. I thought that was great. And then I got crack for the homeless guy outside my house. So, okay. By the way, I want to say this about the Olympics. I loved every second of the opening ceremony. I did. I loved the fireworks. I loved the people on sticks. I really loved the boat going down the Seine and the athletes passing out from methane fumes.
Oh.
I loved the bacterial parasites begging them to dive in. Come in, come in, come in. Although I will tell you this, I could not have been more offended by the one part of the opening ceremonies. You know what I'm talking about? How dare they blaspheme the great Dionysus like that? Where are my Feast of Dionysus warriors out there? Where are you? Let's post the prayer of Dionysus all over the Facebook and dare people to share it. Come on. Or you can share Papa Smurf. It's the same guy. So do that. Okay. The fake outrage is amazing about the super, about the Last Supper and the drag queens. We've all seen that. Right? I wish it had been the Last Supper, you know, because no one's ever duplicated that and made up parts of it and made it silly, right? Nobody never. No, it's not like Darth Vader wasn't Jesus one time in it, right? So is everybody are you liking the Olympics? I'm loving it. I think it's great. Best Olympics in a long time. My only wish was that parkour torch bearer in the beginning running through everything. I just wish they'd finish their run by running on stage, pulling off the mask, and it's Celine Dion. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
That'd have been so cool. Even if they had to fake it. So plus, how cool, last thing, plus on the Olympics, how cool are games that gives a huge joint-shaped torch to Snoop Dogg
Oh.
Yeah.
so he can wander the streets of Paris lighting smaller joints for adoring crowds? Come on. That's fantastic. Okay. Now, here it is, Dateline Chicago. I'm sorry Patty's not here. I am sure you all heard the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile went buns up in a crash on 294, right?
Oh dear.
Yep.
No.
Oh dear.
You didn't know that? Yeah,
Yep.
the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile went bun. Yep. Kevin, what?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yep, it was the mini.
That's right. It was the Mini. By the way, the crash was caused when other Chicago drivers began ramming the hot dog when they saw what they thought was ketchup on it. That was a joke for Kevin right there. That was Kevin's joke.
I was really just trying to catch up.
That's right. You're trying to catch up, trying to hear it late. All right. Taylor Swift responded to Team USA using her song for the Olympics by saying, cha-ching. Maybe the other joke was Taylor Swift responded to Team USA using a song going, I didn't know we broke up. Okay. She was dating. Robert Downey Jr. stunned fans at Comic-Con when he revealed he would be in the next 2 Avengers movies playing Victor Von Doom, everybody. Wow. People are split about the Iron Man star playing a villain, with half saying it's blasphemy and the other half wondering why the first half cares what a fictional movie does. Anybody? Okay, no joke on that one. There you go. Maybe I should have thought of that one. Yeah, or you're all just such Avengers fans that you're mad at me now. Does anybody care about that? Anybody? Nope.
I didn't like the nouns. There were too many nouns.
There were too many nouns. Is that Carla talking in my show? We thank you for being here. Okay, here it is. Maybe we've gone a little too far, or I don't know the context, but a BBC reporter was fired from the Olympics for saying about the Australian women's swim team after they won the gold, yeah, these women were finishing up. You know what women are like, hanging around, doing their makeup. He was fired for saying that. Now, it's a little old-fashioned and silly, but fired? I mean, it's not like he rated them by breast size on a radio show and then went into a dressing room while they were changing to watch as they get naked because he owned the pageant, because that guy would definitely be the top of the GOP ticket for president. All right. Did anybody hear this guy do this? Anybody hear this?
Yeah.
Were you
heard it.
were you super offended by it, or was he kidding?
I just thought he was being stupid.
I mean, he was being stupid, but man, I mean, they literally within minutes fired him and flew him home. So, okay, here we go.
We're kind of talking
more
about
and-
cat lady.
Yeah, 2 more, and then I'm going to put myself out of my own misery.
Okay.
It's always hard when we have this lag. There's at least a 2 or 3 second lag right now. Okay, here we go. President Biden wants to reform the Supreme Court before he leaves. And you have probably heard the widely reported changes Joe wants to make, but I know some of the little known reforms Joe Biden is proposing for the Supreme Court. So here they are, the little known reforms Joe Biden Joe Biden. These are the reforms he wants. Here you go. Number 1, make Clarence Thomas work for $2.13 an hour because he's been living on tips for 30 years. The second reform Joe Biden is calling for the Supreme Court, all GOP nominee hearings must be held while their pants are literally on fire. Okay. And the third, and least funny even than those two, of the reforms, Joe Biden, you got to wear something under that robe. That's the third one. Looking at you, Alito. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite joke, hopefully yours too. And then Steve, come in.
Yes, sir.
If you're awake. Are you awake? Are you doing okay?
I'm as awake as I want to be.
Southwest Airlines has reported more than 100 of its little soda cans have exploded on flights. Can you believe it?
Oh, dear.
They will tackle the problem head on by telling flight attendants when handing you your drink to yell, "Fire in the hole!"
That was the
I think we're all a
punchline,
little
right?
sleepy tonight, Steve. Come in and we're
I
all.
thought there was more. The way you delivered that, I thought there was another thing coming.
There,
I thought I did too.
Everybody.
I thought you did
everybody
too.
wishes there was more things coming. That's all they were wishing. So,
Okay. Oh, there's
All right,
things
Steve.
coming.
welcome.
There's
welcome
definitely
to
more
Ireland.
things coming. There are many things still coming, but we don't know if anybody will want them. I would like to do a little geography lesson because you
Great.
mentioned how far you and I are apart. You said it was like 4,000 miles, and that seemed, it's got to be more than that. I'm in Ireland, you're in Alaska, but check this out. Alaska to Cape Cod, where I was a couple weeks ago, 3,500 miles.
Mhm.
Alaska to Ireland, 4,000 miles.
Mhm.
So if the Earth were flat, it would be 500 miles from Cape Cod to Ireland.
That's
So
right.
apparently,
Mhm.
the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Apparently,
Let's do-
something about being
I did a
farther north.
pre-recorded top 10 list.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think something about flying over the North Pole or has something to do with it, perhaps.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. We're going to do a top 10 list, which is pre-recorded because I can't do it here. I already did it. Some of you already heard it, so we're going to do the thing, and then we'll do that thing immediately. Here we go. Get ready for some exciting costumes. Here we go.
Ooh.
If you've seen my show, Al, the Weird Tribute, and how Daniel Radcliffe got mixed up in this nonsense, and some of you have seen it live, I wear some pajamas for part of that, but I've recently updated the pajamas. So I'm going to show you the old pajamas while I change into the new pajamas.
With that goofy 80s mustache, ruffle Amish beard, he's the wackiest wacko, the weirdest of weird. So those are the pajamas from the past. And now today's pajamas, get ready, here we go, that's right, it's my Superman onesie.
Oh,
That's right.
That's not creepy at all.
8-year-old in the onesie. Not that often, I'm guessing. For the next month, you get to see this once a week. It's going to be very exciting for all of us. As I've mentioned many times in the past couple of weeks, I was in Cape Cod a few weeks ago at the end of June for the Portuguese Festival. And one of the best parts of it was a Portuguese drum circle. This top 10 list has nothing to do with Portuguese. It's about drum circles, but this one happened to be Portuguese. So tonight's top 10 category, top 10 great things about an interminable drum circle at the Portuguese Festival on Cape Cod. Number 10, Tylenol is cheap. Number 9, it's 10% smaller than the drum circle at the Lebanese Festival in Akron. Number 8, if they go past 10:30, the cops will rough them up. Number 7, they drown out the bagpipes.
Okay.
Number 6, they are often accompanied by scantily clad samba dancers. Superman in a onesie like. Yes, they were all female, in case you're wondering. Number 5, a certain person who writes stupid top 10 lists was able to high-five 6 of the scantily clad samba dancers.
Hey.
Thank you very much. That's about the best you can expect. Okay. Number 4, only 2 of the scantily clad samba dancers decided to press charges. Top 10 great things about an interminable drum circle at the Portuguese Festival on Cape Cod. Number 3, the cops were too busy roughing up the stage hoggy drummers to book me. Number 2, the triangle player got a microphone and a spotlight, and triangle players never get a microphone and a spotlight. And the number 1 great thing about an interminable drum circle at the Portuguese Festival on Cape Cod, the guy playing the triangle gave me the phone number of one of the scantily clad samba dancers.
That's still funny.
That guy's got some energy.
Compared to what?
Compared to what? Hey, does Carla know we need her?
I believe so.
There she is, all muted and everything.
Yes, all muted and ready to go.
Wait, where are you?
I'm in my usual place at my other computer.
Oh, I like that background. I like your little wall with your.
That's my mess. That's that over there. That's where I usually am.
Oh, wow, that's sad.
You're in Joe's seat.
And
But
there's
that
other
computer-
degrees. You've got a bunch of college degrees. What is that?
Well, see, I got a 2-year degree, and then I got a 4-year degree, and then I got a certificate from the Guitar Institute of Technology. And the best part about the Guitar Institute of Technology, which is in Hollywood, you walk down the Walk of Fame down Hollywood Boulevard, past a bunch of homeless people, and past the Church of Scientology, where every day, 4 times a day, on the way there, on the way to lunch, on the way back for lunch, and on the way back to the apartment, you get offered a free personality test.
Oh my God.
So that's
Free
one
personality
test.
test.
I did that as one test for each of my personalities.
That's right.
You want me to pour now?
Yes.
I was a slow week.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. So did you figure out
Jet
something
lag.
else about?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
good.
Okay.
I
You have
haven't
a thing?
too many. Do you want to hear about Versailles or the Palace of Versailles
Have
or
you-
Versailles, as the Americans call it?
Always.
You do it. What do you like?
Oh well,
Give me
I
your
kind of
best
wanted
pen.
to tell you about the guy at the gas station.
Then do that. Go, Steve. Get the thing.
Here we go. Here's the thing.
It's time for a Patty Melt with Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, to folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses. She's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez Patty Melt.
Starring Carl Albrecht.
Yeah, not so petty. So I was at the gas station the other day, and I'm in New Jersey, so we have gas station attendants. And he goes, "What can I get for you, sister?" And I was like, "Ooh, sister, I like that. That is so much better than ma'am." Ma'am makes me feel old and like I'm in the army. But I mean, and it's certainly better than how can I help you, miss? I'm like, who are we kidding here? I'm not
Or
60.
honey.
Yeah.
Honey. Yeah, exactly. Darling. Sugar
Sweet.
pot. Honey bunch. But I like sister. That's nice, right? And it's like in the Hispanic community, they're like mommy, papi, all these nice friendly things. In Australia, they're like, how you going, mate? Like we're on a ship, I guess. And in New Jersey, apparently it's, hey, bitch. Yeah, I found that out when I moved up here. My neighbor was like, hey, bitch. I was like, oh, I get trying to fit in. So I was like, hey, jackass. Apparently that's not how it works. Explained to me the finer points of how to use bitch. And I was like, hey, bitty. Hey, I really didn't want to say it. But I've gotten used to it now. But at first I was like, hey, bitch. And she was like, you haven't used that word before, have you? I said, well, no, not to your face. Okay, so I cut a deal with her. I said, listen, I won't say hey, bitch, if you don't say hey, y'all. And she was like, okay, sure, bitch. I think I got the short end of this stick. Anyway, this is the thing I learned about North versus South. When I first, there's the whole perception that the South is Southern hospitality and all this, and that people in New York are rude. But after I got up here and living in New Jersey, very New York adjacent, I realized New Yorkers aren't really rude. They're just direct. Like, you don't have to wonder if somebody from New York is mad at you. You'll know. You'll know. They'll yell at you, they'll flip you the bird, and you'll learn some new words, and then it's over. But in the South, they wait till you leave the room, and then they talk about you for the next 30 years. Is it really hospitality, or is it more passive aggression? I do want to tell you this little bit about Versailles. And Versailles, or as we would say it in the U.S., or at least in the South, Versailles, is like 15 miles outside of Paris. And I went there about 30 years ago with my family, and my mom and my dad and my sisters, and we went to the Palace of Versailles. And it was incredible, just like these 20-foot ceilings and mirrors everywhere. And there were 20 identical statues of this woman standing like this. And I'm like, who stands like this? I think she must have been like, do you want me to stand over there? And he was like, that's perfect. And then she had to stand that way for 2 weeks while he smoked. That's my theory about what that was about. It was really and it was acres and acres of manicured, and I just kept thinking, who paid for all this? How many peasants starved so that they could have all these people with scissors out there cutting 20 acres of grass? And apparently, I did not know this, but apparently the people of France agreed. And there was something about a bloody revolution. I don't know, because I took history from the typing teacher, so
Ask Kevin.
didn't really learn much about that. I did read on Wikipedia recently that after the Bloody Revolution, the contents of the palace were sold off in 17,000 lots. Not 17,000 items, 17,000 lots of items. Now, I don't know how that translates to peasant, but if they could just tell me how many Dollar Tree stores is that? And I could maybe wrap my head around it. Anyway, it's more of a chat than a melt, y'all. I don't get as worked up because I already took my magnesium, and I too am in my pajamas. So I don't have Superwoman pajamas. They're just pink. But anyway, thanks for letting me melt, y'all, and vive la France.
And thank you for joining us on Mustache Night.
I forgot my mustache.
Where's your mustache?
Okay.
We went
Your other pajamas.
to the Palace at Versailles.
That was great. Thank you for sitting in.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We went to the Palace of Versailles in 2014. And I'm amazed that nobody had a room that you didn't have to walk through to get to the next room. It just, your bedroom had one door at each end to get to the next room. It was just room after room. It was like how do you live this way when somebody's got to walk through your room to get 9 bedrooms down into the bath? I mean, it was wild. Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So,
I wasn't really listening to what you're saying. You're frozen and Lauren's moving like crazy. So that
Okay.
Oh,
was
I didn't realize.
well,
I
let's
was
get rid of
next.
Carla and
okay. I
go
didn't
to
realize
thank
you
you,
were
Carla.
ready.
Hi,
Thank you,
Carla.
Carla.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you. Bitch.
Hi, Lauren Mayer.
I didn't say that. That was not me.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hey,
How's
Lauren.
everybody? I'll
Yay, welcome
apologize
back.
in advance for my Harvey Firestein impression. I'm a little bit hoarse because that fits with Brad's shape-shifting Alaska stuff and Steve having to be very, very quiet. So
Very quiet.
I'm hoarse to... No, I would say I'm hoarse from screaming and yelling at the news, but I actually am getting over COVID. I had COVID last week. I'm over it, but I got a bit of a sore throat.
Glad you're getting
so-
better.
Yes.
Well, you ready for
All right.
this deal here?
I'm
Play the
sorry.
intro. You ready for this deal? I'll play the intro.
Yes,
You do the
play the
song.
end,
but
and then I'll do a
I
song.
gotta
and you
answer
do
it.
a song, and I do yes.
You know the deal. Okay, here we go.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest.
Wallenmeyer.
Hi, everybody. So I asked Steve and Brad before we started if it's okay to get a little bit political, because unlike Carla, I am melting about politics. So a certain author of a certain book about hillbillies is on the national stage, not doing particularly well, by the way. But I thought I would do an appropriate song about him. So this is my Ballad of JD. I'm listening to a story about old JD. Used to think Trump was an SOB, but he ran for Senate, so as a result, he dumped his principles and joined the cult. MAGA, that is. Anti-LGBTQ, anti-immigrant, anti-women. He's the author of Hillbilly Elegy, where he blames poor folks for their poverty. Said Trump was like Hitler in a text he sent. I guess he meant it as a compliment. Because he's kissed the ring now, thinks the president should be a dictator. Well, the next thing you know, he's the VP pick. So let's count the ways in which he's a real dick. Doesn't want to help Ukraine survive, and he's lying, denying his Project 2025. It's his agenda, by the way. Calls rape and incest inconvenient. Like, he can claim he's a moderate, but he's far right while he frantically deletes this stuff from his site. January 6th was fine. Pence was a whiner. Wants to brand drag queens, but he wears eyeliner. What a hypocrite. But he does look good in his eyeliner. Said a woman should stay with an abusive spouse. Just read his comments, you'll see that he's a louse. But don't be misled by this song's cheery mood. If he gets elected, we're totally screwed. So y'all turn out, you know. We gotta vote, or else. Please.
Yay. Yay.
Yay!
Yay.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Man,
All right,
and
what you got,
you
Steve?
know what? This is going to be an unusual one because not only am I going to answer your song with a similar topic, I'm going to use the same song.
Great.
And I may do it as Elmer Fudd. And I'm making this up on the spot. I just jotted this down. So let's see how this goes. That guy, 45, man, I'm gonna hurl. He's the nitwit whisperer. He thinks the moon's a plant and his cult agrees. He's full of hamburgers and kofefi.
That's a good job.
Hey!
That's all I got. Now back to Lord Mayor.
All right, well, I won't do the same song again, but I'm going to stay on the same topic. And because we have great guys hosting this program,
We do.
the men in this song are not including present company, but I think they will get what I'm talking about, which is simply to encourage other men to have a more open mind. And I know that's happening because there's like this whole thing called now White Dudes for Kamala. And, you know, there's like a lot of men who have some compassion for what it's like to not have that white male privilege. So this is what I'm sure all of you have thought about as well, too. If men could get pregnant, contraception would be a basic right. Access to birth control would never be cut. No one would say you only need it because you're a slut. The pill would probably be the method favored, and it would be free and bacon flavored. And could get pregnant. About sex ed, we wouldn't be so gosh darn uptight. States wouldn't make up legal contortions to prevent men from having safe legal abortions. And an effective morning after pill, you know, would have been invented like 100 years ago. Men could get pregnant. They'd decide exactly when they wanted to conceive. We'd have cool pregnancy comfort devices. Stretch marks would be a national health crisis. And about natural childbirth, men wouldn't say heck to me, because it would be as rare as a natural vasectomy. You could get pregnant. They'd get at least 2 years paid paternity leave. They'd proudly breastfeed in public and not cower, because they'd want to show off their size and squirting power. So as for women's choice, I hope men view it by thinking about what if they had to do it. This reproductive battle, we'd have already won it. If men could get pregnant, the world would be a better place because women would run it. If men could get pregnant, just kidding, not really.
Yeah.
Yay.
Where am I? I'm here somewhere. Lauren Mayer.
Get back.
Yay. Nice.
Nice. That reminded me of a couple things. First of all, I was in a band called Bacon Flavored Birth Control Pills. I don't think you knew that. Isn't that weird that you would say that?
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, we could write the bacon flavored birth control pill song, so.
And 2 nights ago, I was in Cork, Ireland, doing a show at the home of our friend Niamh Bagnall and her family. We met them last year at Edinburgh. They came to see the Halloween show because Brad would not stop bugging them dressed as a vampire out on the street, and he forced them to come see that show, and then he made them stick around for my show. And Niamh and I she's got some credits on my new CD. She helped write a couple of songs. She's quite brilliant. So I went to do a show at their house, and they invited all their friends, and some of the friends brought their kids. So there were about 20 adults and about 6 kids crammed in this little room. It was so small, I had nowhere to stand. And the kids were all on the floor right in front of me at my ankles. So I just sat on the floor cross-legged with them and did my show that way. And the kids dug that a lot, but a couple of them were just a little too hyper and then didn't know how to control it. And their mom was just losing her mind with embarrassment. And at some point, they were twins. They started arguing with each other and punching each other, 2 6-year-olds. And when they finally paused, I said, "Man, that reminds me, it's the 25th anniversary of my vasectomy, and I must send my doctor a card."
Ah.
But it
was
wasn't a
fun one.
natural vasectomy.
There ain't nothing natural about. I'm not going to go into it. No. But I took the drugs. I practically had an epidural. It was so not natural.
Well,
Oh my God.
Lauren,
Oh my.
Yes.
when I get to San Francisco, I'll keep in touch about coming to San Francisco.
I thought you were going to keep in touch about getting a natural vasectomy.
No, I said if men could have babies, there'd be no babies.
You'd all be childless cat ladies.
That's right.
Which
Thank
is
you,
my
Lauren.
next song, so
Nice.
stay tuned.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Lauren.
Lauren.
He's now
Check me out on
scared to
YouTube.
death. Here he is, scared to death. There he is, everybody, chasing left. Wishes he hadn't have decided to come here. Hey, Steve, tell him the rules.
You guys, this is
Yeah.
They're good. This is, I mean, this is like I haven't done this since COVID, and you guys are doing it right. Where were you when I was doing all these really bad Zoom shows? You guys, all
I
you
love
need.
your show.
Well, I mean, all you need is like a dozen good people, smart, friendly laughers, and a couple of hosts. I can't believe you're doing this from the Carnival Wi-Fi, man.
No,
Are you on Carnival Wi-Fi right now?
I'm on Celebrity.
Oh, you're on Celebrity. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Usually
I
it
was-
works though. It's been good. This is bad. It's been good. And you're at a show that has kind of fallen apart, right, Steve? This is not, we've been really having strong shows.
Oh, this is about average.
Yeah,
Well,
this
you've
is
got-
normal. This is normal.
You've got so much production value. Steve's putting together little intros and packages, and
Wait till you see
Lauren.
yours.
Yeah, here comes yours.
Oh, I
Here
have
comes
one.
yours, and then do
Here
10
comes
minutes.
yours. It goes like this. Jason gonna tell some jokes.
Oh, wait.
Wait, no. I'm sorry, I got one. Here we go.
Play
Here we
it.
go.
It's time for a big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for having me, everybody. Lauren, rhyme with vasectomy. That's like rhyming with orange. That's next level. And Carla could be at my family reunion. I'm telling you, you look like, if you introduce yourself as my cousin, I would not even question it. You're at my Thanksgiving table. Brad, I was just there last week on that same Skagway. Oh man, it looks kind of like you're at Universal Studios for like a block, and then it just gets quiet. It gets quiet like the animals know something you don't. Yeah, and like I live in California, and I'm okay with like the hypothetical bears that we have here, but in Alaska you have actual bears, and they don't know. Like I was asking everybody that I met there, if they, what do you do if you see a real bear? They do not know. If it's a brown bear, then you play dead and you try not to smell. If it's a black bear, then you act big and make noise. But it's hard to tell the difference. So the only way you could really tell is the back teeth. Last thing you'll ever see. I like Alaska though. It's great for a couple of weeks. I've spent a little too much time there. After a while, it's like The Shining. Those two little twins pop out. Come play with us. I was there on a Norwegian ship when we hit an iceberg on the Sun. Do you guys remember that?
No, you were on that?
I was on that. It was 2 years ago. But I mean, people, in 2022, we are still hitting icebergs. Really? I mean, of all the things I thought they would be on the lookout for on a cruise ship since 1912. And we didn't even know that we hit anything. They had to make an announcement that we all had to fly home on little, Buddy Holly airplanes from there, like little. The ship was so big. I mean, it was 16 stories tall. So that's 2 Titanics on top of each other. Isn't that crazy? Well, there's no 13th floor. So that's so dumb. They feel like people aren't going to buy cabins on the 13th floor. Like the people on the 14th floor don't know where they are. Yeah, 2 blocks from there, Brad, is a grocery store. I went in to get like little provisions. And you know how much grapes cost there? $9.95 a pound. Whole Foods $6 a pound. To give you perspective. I wanted to get like that jeweler's magnifying glass. I'd like to see something in a Concorde, if you don't mind. Yeah, I got to go in and get. I have IBS. Anybody know what IBS is, children?
Yeah.
Irritable
Bowel
bowel.
syndrome. Yeah.
It used to be irritable. Now it's just pissed and vindictive. I got VBS. I got in I have to be careful like what I eat just for other people's safety. But in Alaska, I remember I was in Juneau and I got all frisky at the buffet, try a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then I got in a gondola with 6 poor souls to go to the top of this mountain. And this experiment is like going down. And I'm starting to sweat and I'm doing Kegels, trying to keep it in. And I asked the guy, I go, how long to the top, man? He's like, it's 4 minutes. You can get 4 minutes. And I'm like, all right, I can do this. And I get almost to the top and the thing breaks and we're just swaying. No. I'm sweating. And have you ever made a deal with your bowels?
No.
It's non-negotiable. Yeah, that's why That's why you only barely make it to the bathroom. Like, why did I wear my Rubik's Cube belt? Damn it. and then when we're swinging there, the lady across the way decides that it's like she wants to get to know me then. She's like, so where are you from? You don't want to know me, lady. You're from Wisconsin, where they cut the cheese. Stop it. I know. It's good though. I enjoy doing it. I always get little provisions when I'm in town. I always get bananas. And then what do you throw away? 9 out of 10 bananas.
Yeah.
It's such a, you get them in case you want them in that 10-minute window when they're just right. I think that's all banana bread is, just people trying to salvage a bad investment. Yeah, the apples. We were in my wife and I were in Trader Joe's, and yeah, married to a woman. Surprise. we were checking out the names of the apples, and I'm like, relax, guys. They're trying a little too hard. They had ambrosia, pink lady. What was the other one? Cameo. Like, are these your dancer names? The only honest apple in the whole bunch, Granny Smith. It's green, it's sour, deal with it. When I was a kid, my mom wouldn't let me eat sugar, which is child abuse, right? Like friends are having Captain Crunch and Cocoa Puffs. I just sit down to shredded wheat.
Oof.
Not the cute ones with the frosted tips, bales of hay. Just I'm like, no, it's all right, Mom. I'll be fine. I'll mash in the rotting bananas. She'd give us shredded wheat for breakfast, but then at night turn around and serve Spam. Like, do you care about us or not? I'm totally confused. We don't even know what's in Spam. Whatever didn't make it into the hot dog.
Oh.
They leave the slime in there. What does it matter? There's no expiration date. Best if not used, really. You know that email in your junk folder on the computer? There's a reason they call that spam.
Yeah.
Spike the mic. It's actually gray. They dye it? Oh, well, that's the secret sauce, Carla.
Yeah.
They dye it. They dye it pink. It's actually gray. Yeah, that's what my mom fed us as kids. Oh man, I was kind of a spin. What do you call it? Spinely. I was a scrawny kid. I played Little League, which was cool. When I just watched the Little League World Series in my cabin there, because it's like ESPN5. We're watching cornhole and poker and
we are
cricket.
We
yeah,
Pickleball.
Yeah, exactly. So I was watching the Little League World Series when I was 12. These kids are 12. And when I was that age, I would watch it and they'd be like, yeah, my name's Bobby. And in my spare time, I collect Pokemon. These kids this year, I don't know what they're feeding them. It ain't great. It's like, I mean, they come in. My name's Brock, 6'4", 220, 12 years old. He's got a mustache. Special interest, your mom. 7 home runs. Yeah, my dad was the coach. That's the only way I got on the team in the first place. Yeah, my dad was a football player and a mechanic. So imagine his delights. I don't know what's happening. I started out with traumas, and now I look like a Backstreet Boy who doesn't know it's over. I feel like I'm slowly turning into Ellen, little by little, just day by day. Or Joel Osteen, one of those two. I'm at a crossroads.
Your teeth are nice, though.
My teeth. Yeah, that's all smoke and mirrors. That's the ring light. That's why I want to do only Zoom shows from here on out.
Yes.
Yeah, my dad moved to Florida. He's from LA, so he took all the teams with him. He will not shut up about this Ohtani fella. You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
He's a Japanese guy who's like the best pitcher and the best hitter. He's like Babe Ruth. And when he came over to the Major League American Baseball, he only spoke Japanese. So in order to communicate with the rest of the league, he had to learn Spanish. Baseball. Yeah, my wife told me that my wife monitors my mail for me. She said I got summoned to jury duty. Do you guys still go? Are we going?
Yeah.
I want to be a better person. It makes me mad. So you're a better citizen than I am. I don't know. Here I am working 30 minutes a night. I just can't get behind it, because there's so many, everybody's suing everybody, and I don't want to be a part of it, and you know what Ground Zero was? That hot coffee thing from McDonald's. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's where it all started. And if you don't know, there was a woman who spilled coffee on herself and got $3 million. Now that's a jury I would be on. Be like, yeah, we'd like to award the plaintiff 3 napkins. Next. I don't know. I was in Vegas, and if you wander off Vegas in any direction for 3 blocks, it's like, Night of the Living Dead. And every billboard, we counted them 6 in a row, personal injury attorney. Yeah. Like they're like, out of money? Why not trip and fall? We recommend Caesar's Palace. They show a woman like fanning her cash. I won 10 grand at the courthouse. I don't even know why we need casinos anymore. I mean, everyone's got in their pocket 24/7 blackjack, slot machines, horse racing. You could lose your house while you're sitting on your own toilet.
Yep.
The royal flush.
Oh.
Tip your waitress, please. Yeah, my uncle, and I'll leave you guys with this. My uncle, when he was younger, when he would babysit me, he had like a legit gambling problem, and my mom would leave me with him, and he'd take me to the racetrack. I'd spend the day there, not knowing what's happened. I just thought everyone was super into horses, and I kept going, hey, can I go on one? Can I go on one? And he'd be like, no, buddy, you can't ride these horses. I'm like, all those kids are. Hey, you guys were awesome. This, if you'd done this during COVID, I would have joined on your show, man.
Wait, come back. Steve and I go the same time, and then now Steve, come in.
Oh, am I on the couch? Did I get invited to the couch with Steve?
Yeah. I have 4 things. I have 4 things. You ready?
Okay.
I have 2 things.
Number 1, that was incredible. I knew it because you know how to do this. Number 2, you are super beautiful. So if you leave your wife, come join mine with me.
The pineapple people.
Number 3, on a Carnival ship, I watched the International Rock, Paper, Scissors Finals on ESPN.
I was trying to make something up, and that's better than what I came up with.
I actually watched it. It was rock, paper, scissors, international fight. There were 10,000 people there watching it. People do this. It was
China
crazy.
probably took it because they were just better and faster. And
it was crazy. And then number 4, I always tell people the lady with the McDonald's thing, actually it was superheated. She didn't get that much money, and the cup disintegrated, and she had 3rd-degree burns. That's why she won. So that was.
Okay. And she had $3 million worth of burns.
She did not get $3 million. She ended up with 800,000 plus something like that, or something like that.
You can't live on that.
Yeah, you can't live on it. Yeah, but she had 3rd-degree burns, and McDonald's had to change. They were superheating their coffee, and it was really dangerous. So they had to change.
You really underestimate what I would do for $800,000, Brad.
All right. Well, again,
I would burn everything.
All right, Steve, go.
I got 2 things. First of all, it's just the weirdest night, Jason, because I was once in a band called the Hypothetical Bears and their back molars. What are the odds of that happen twice? And careful when you say you only want to do Zoom shows from now on, because this is our 220th episode, and Brad and I have each cleared 12 cents.
That's right. We got 13 cents. Well, I did Jason's show. You had 100. You had hundreds of people, although it was hard to wrangle. Your show, it was hard to wrangle.
I had one show where we had 2,000 people on one of them.
Yeah. I mean, Jason made real money on his show. He made people paid to come
Mm.
and stuff like that. So that was we've never we asked people to give money and very few do.
That was just you know, we were just so desperate to connect in any meaningful way. But you know, it's all about the quality of the audience, and I'm not blowing smoke. My set's over, but you guys are awesome. You guys make the show. You should pay them to show up, you know, to be your like
And I'm
studio
mad
audience.
because Alice has her mic off, and she's our favorite person on the planet Earth, and so I wish she'd have had her mic on, because then you'd have really been amazing. And then we had Valerie, who her husband's not here. She was here forever, and she was the greatest laugher, and she passed away. And she was such our joyous friend for years, and she passed away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. This has been the greatest thing because we have such great people.
And now they're stuck with me. So
And now we're stuck with them, is what it is. We're stuck. Elena fell asleep tonight. Yeah, Elena. There's about 3 or 4 people that had passed out tonight.
Most people fall asleep on mustache night.
That's our mustache night. Yeah, you didn't do a mustache night, dude. You'd look good with a mustache. You'd need a big, like a
handlebars.
So these aren't real mustaches that you have here?
No, you want to see me shave real fast? Let's see.
Yeah, let's see it.
I'm getting tired of mine anyway, so I think it's time to get rid of it. And kerpow.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
I have so little testosterone that I am unable to grow a beard.
Well, thanks to Zoom, what an age we live in.
I'm a nice Jewish mom, so I'm perfectly capable of growing my own facial hair. Should do it for you guys.
Yeah, I could have a big beard, but I just can't get past the itchy stage.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, God, Jason, that was super duper, man. Thank you.
That was great.
Oh, thanks for having me.
That was great. Thank you. All right.
Appreciate
Steve, are you
it.
going to do a thing?
I'm going to do a thing, but first I'm going to bring Chuck in. You ready, Chuck?
Oh, Chuck.
Hang on.
Yes.
Here comes Chuck. Hi, Chuck. As many of you may know, this is our friend Chuck, who did the artwork for my latest CD. Do you have a copy of it with you, Chuck, by any chance?
I just so
there it
happened
is.
to.
Wow, The Adventures of Super Dork and Fangirl. And I'm Super Dork, and
I'm fangirl.
okay. And so for our extra song today, I'm going to do a number from that disc, but I have to do it quietly, so I'm going to do it as Elmer Fudd. Here we go.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
Except the reason is purely mercenary. Here we go. Let's see if I can remember how this goes. Oh, it would be so good if I knew how to sing this when it's time to sing it. If I was actually ready, that would be fantastic. Why do buds suddenly explode? Every time you reload the magazine on your AR-15, they're blown into smithereens. Everybody watch fall down from the sky. Every time we drive by, because your guac, it went off half-cocked, just like you. On the day you bought the gun, the pawn shop asked you whether you knew which sort of weapon was right for you. You said you weren't sure, so you got a Glock and a Ruger and a couple ARs and a Colt and a Hellcat and a Smith & Wesson and a damn machine gun too. That's why all the ducks in town tend to stay safe on the ground. Your arsenal makes you virginal, while you mostly shoot things you weren't aiming at. Your armory and your little pee-pee, they mostly shoot accidentally. You mostly shoot anything and anybody. And the toilet seat wants to have a word with you also.
Oh my God. That was it.
Copy of that magical CD at www.stevegoodie.com. They are selling like
SteveGoodie.com.
things that sell slowly.
And if you're in Edinburgh, go to the Space at Surgeons Hall. What theater?
Actually, you could just go to stevegoodie.com, hit the calendar button, and it'll take you right to buying tickets to my show.
But if you're in town, if you're right there in Edinburgh,
right there.
your show
I'm
is
at the Space. Surgeons Hall in Stevenson Theater, but that's a lot to remember.
I know, but Surgeons Hall, though, is easy to remember. So if you're in Edinburgh, go, because you can sell it out. I can feel it right now. Sell it out.
I'm totally selling out. That's right.
That's right. Yes. No,
Hey,
you
speaking of
sold out
selling out,
years ago.
It's time to beg for money.
Beg for money.
Speaking of selling out, let's do that.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover or a 2-drink minimum, so what did you expect, Jack?
This is the week. Go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the comedians, because as you can see, to keep that skin, Jason needs a lot of face products to keep that beautiful skin. Come on. He needs thousands of dollars in goops and ointments. Jason, I did a joke a long time ago that's my favorite joke that no one laughs at. My wife for Christmas bought me $150 worth of Rob Lowe face creams and lotions. And my wife is suing Rob Lowe because 7 months later, I still look like me. So that's the joke. So anyway, go to virtualcomedyshow.com and donate to the show, and we can get Patti to blow off her son's birthday party. That would be, no, we can't.
Oh my God.
We can also, we've been paying Carla. Carla, I think we've called you every week to do something, and Carla's tired of making $450. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com. And I can get a hooker in Skagway, because that's what they were big for. Also, Steve can find a place to stay on his own instead of staying in people's cellars in Ireland. How's the potato famine doing there, Steve? They doing good?
Yeah, they got lots of taters. It's amazing.
Oh, good.
And I want to add, I was in a band called Goops and Ointments. It's so weird.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm still in Serial Sperm Donor. That's my band still. I have yet to hear a better one than that.
Wow. A call back from a month and a half ago.
Call back from a month ago. So, okay.
Nice.
Go, give us money. Okay, play the thing. Finish the thing.
It's time for the worst joke of the week.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
And this is the worst joke because it's icky. A new trend in the U.S. is sober bars, where owners say it's just like a regular bar, but there's no alcohol. They serve mocktails instead of cocktails. And the biggest benefit is that goofy-looking dork that hit on you at 10 is still ugly at 2. Many men are so angry, they said they're going to hit the roofie.
No.
I told you.
That's great. That was our last show. Good night, everybody.
Good night. We're fired.
That was the virtual comedy show. We learned a lot of stuff we didn't need to know, like back to sleep, now Steve must go. And he's talking like Yoda because he's in Scotland. Fascinating, isn't it? We have a lot of fun at the virtual comedy show. It's better than sitting home playing with your toes or going to the dump to watch stuff decompose. Keep coming back to the virtual comedy show. We appreciate your support of the virtual comedy show. With a budget of nada, nothing zero, we're a little less fancy than HBO. Still, every Monday is the virtual comedy show. See you Monday at the virtual comedy show. It's at www.virtualcomedyshow.com.
Donate now.